Welcome to the Power Up Talk Show, a talk show where we bring together community leaders and inspirational people that are making a difference in our world. I am Sandy Spady, your host, and before I introduce my amazing guest, the amazing glasses, wear your glasses, people, Dion Bass, what's cooking over there? It looks beautiful. I'm so intrigued.
Well, Sandy, thanks for having me on the show, first of all. Second of all, again, it's summer. I love summer so much, and I love having what I like to call patio cocktails. Now, today we're just gonna do a simple but delicious electric lemonade. So we're gonna start out by having some fresh squeezed lemon juice, some simple syrup, and then my secret ingredient, which is not gonna be a secret much longer, Gifford's mango. So we'll pour our mango in first. These little guys are great for everything. Coffee, I'm just kidding, not great for coffee. Next, we're going to add our Tito's vodka. And last but not least, a little bit of simple syrup to give our lemonade a little bit of sweetness. All we have left to do is add our lemonade. And give her a little shake. Oh, that doesn't want to come off. There we go. And then as you can see, we have our glass wonderfully garnished. We just pour our lemonade in. Now remember, I am a professional, so please, please, please try this at home. And there we have it. I hope you ladies have a great show. Talk about something awesome.
Thank you. Alrighty, let's take a little toast, Kimberly. Let's see here.
That's delicious.
So good, the smell. Now remember, audience, you can hire Dion Bass with Sonberg's Cocktails and the experience, right? It's so, Private parties, one-to-one. He does, he is our Craftsman Cocktail for the Women's Summit every year. All right, on to Kimberly Thomas.
Yes.
20 years experience in the nonprofit fundraising world. I love nonprofits. It's one of my big heart, like I for my decades, right? Even when I worked for the chamber, I'd always bring in like that business or having a ribbon cutting. And I'd say like, okay, where's your heart?
Yeah.
Let's bring in a nonprofit. So you and I, nonprofits, I love it. Let's tell the world a little bit about you, how you got into it, your passion behind it, what you've all have done with your nonprofit work and fundraising.
Yeah. So I'm with Special Spaces, and I'm the Nebraska Chapter Director. We are part of a national organization. We have chapters in 9 different states, but we provide dream bedroom makeovers for children battling cancer. So definitely a mission that, you know, I can get behind because I just have a passion for helping kids, advocating for kids, really how can we make their lives better? And this mission really resonated with me, you know, seeing families specifically struggle, waking up every morning, wondering, you know, how their child's going to do today, what decisions they need to make. I just can't imagine being in that position. And so I took this role on about a year ago, almost to the day.
Wow, happy anniversary.
Yeah, and it's just been so much fun, so humbling at the same time. Prior to that, I've served many roles at various nonprofits, but mostly been in leadership where I've been leading teams through child advocacy, through sports. I'm a big fan of sports, and especially girls in sports. And so that was my most recent role, is the executive director at Epic for Girls. And I worked at CASA for Douglas County for about 10 years before that. And so my heart has really been in serving the community and really helping others identify how they can find their why. They can find something that they can do. It doesn't matter where you're from, what you do. There's something that you can do to give back to your community.
I mean, that is my signature keynote speech,
Yeah.
the power of community, right? Giving back. You receive so much. You don't do it for that reason. You do it because you care.
Yeah.
But boy, you get so much in return that money can't buy, the world can't give you. It's called love for others. I love that. Why don't you share a little bit about, really, it takes a kind of a tough heart where you're at, right?
Yeah.
It's a pediatric cancer. What really helps your nonprofit stand out for other pediatric cancer nonprofits? Because there's so many great ones, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think something that's super cool, especially in our community, there's no one else doing what we do in Nebraska. Nationally, there might be one or two really small groups that are doing something similar, but in Omaha, we all have kind of a niche. And so we're the only ones doing dream bedrooms, which really is a blessing for somebody that's leading a nonprofit. That we don't need to be like anybody else. We just have our lane, and that's what we do. And then if somebody needs help somewhere else, we can get them, a soft handoff to that other organization. So great organizations like Angels Among Us and Sammy Strong and a multitude of organizations that work for the betterment, but they focus on research or financial support. And so what we do really just helps the child have a space to heal, be a kid, and just recover, because cancer treatments are really hard on our kids. And being able to come home and be in a space that is made just for you. We know how environments really shape our attitude, our mood. And so it's so much fun to be invited into these homes and just get to be part of their family for a minute.
I think it's beautiful. I've seen it. My daughter does the designing for it, Kitty Noel Studio. She just loves volunteering for that. But how does one become eligible to be a part of this Dream Makeover?
So from a child perspective, you can be self-nominated. You can get nominated by your social worker, your caseworker at the hospital. Families, parents, anybody can nominate a child that is going through cancer. Our criteria are essentially ages 2 to 19, and then you have to be either in active treatment or within 1 year of active treatment. That's our only criteria. So we don't put people through this multi-step, the more nominations you get, the higher the chances are. It's one nomination, everybody's weighed equally. And if you meet those criteria, we're gonna do a bedroom for you. We're gonna find a sponsor and we're gonna get that done. We generally don't lack on corporate groups and companies and folks that want to sponsor rooms. So once we get that nomination, we're activating a sponsor, and we're getting their employees or community volunteers to get out there. And like you said, your daughter's one of our designers. So we have core teams, which she's a part of, which consists of a director and a designer, and oftentimes like an electrician or a muralist. Those team members kind of travel together and they commit to doing 3 to 4 rooms a year. And then we match them up with children and with sponsors to go in and execute. So it's pretty amazing, actually.
Pretty amazing.
Done in a day.
I love it. Done in a day. It's like that dream show or something on HGTV, right? Like, move the truck. Like, you guys literally do it in a day. I want to, in case there's a sponsor or corporate sponsor out there, how do you apply for that? Where do they look to help out?
Yeah, so it's really simple. You can reach out to me. All my information, my direct cell phone number, my email is on our website at specialspaces.org.
Okay.
All our chapters are listed, so you can just pull up Nebraska and all my information is there. You can go on our website or our Facebook page. You can click on that link to fill out an interest form. But just call me up, text me, whatever. I'm going to be there. I'll show you and walk you through the steps so you have a fulfilling experience. We often share with corporate groups, especially, this is a team building experience. Like, you get to hang out with the people that you spend most of your life with, honestly. Like, day to day, you're spending so much time with them, and you get to work through things that maybe you would never experience. But you also get to see at the end of the day what your work together did. And it's seeing that reaction of a child and a family and knowing it's really amazing what happens in all that time. You just don't think you're going to get it done. And then, that last hour or two, it's just coming together. So it's really it's a really strong team building event, and we really like to see people partake in that.
Well, I know I helped out
You
for a
did.
few hours with
Yeah.
your lovely daughter. I wish I could have stayed for the reveal, but I
Yeah, it was
couldn't.
fantastic.
But I can see how it's really great for team building, because you have to educate, who's going to do what, who's going to do this,
Yeah.
who's going to do this, let's focus on this. And then putting the furniture together. I don't know how many people put furniture together. It's not the easiest thing.
Yeah.
But yet, like, you're coming together for a purpose.
Yeah, I think we start the day off with kind of just a huddle, saying, this is a judgment-free zone. We don't want our families feeling judged. We don't want anyone that is there, volunteer or otherwise, feeling like they can't contribute. Everybody can contribute. There is something for everyone to do. Sometimes, we might require a skilled trade, but everyone can pick up a paintbrush. There is no critiquing, but we do a great job. I mean, I think these rooms are not tinfoil and streamers hanging from the ceiling. They're very well put together, designed, professional rooms that can provide that healing aspect to a child's life and to the family. And so we don't leave out the siblings either, because we know that it's so important. There's that child, not their fault, gets so much attention.
That's the thing.
That occupies so much of their time, of the parents' time. And so we intentionally include siblings. They get their own little reveal. But it's a moment that is really enjoyable, but also judgment-free. So everybody should feel comfortable partaking.
And I know what I did that day was very simple, right?
You
These
cleaned the garage.
families, the garage, these families are in crisis mode,
Yeah.
right? They have no time to clean or put things or organize. So that's what I did. I helped clean the garage with your daughter, and then took over the laundry room. I did laundry. I did this because they're overwhelmed.
Yeah.
All of that gets pushed to the side when your child has cancer, right?
Yeah.
And so all of us that day, White Lotus was there, remarkable, great company here in Omaha. I love all of them working together. And what's so beautiful, like you said, my daughter had type 1 diabetes in 7th grade. So I get the sibling rivalry, right? They're getting all the attention, even though they don't mean to, but they're kids.
Right.
So offsetting that with them getting a miniature reveal is beautiful. Because the youngest is 6 kids, one got one, you still want the other. And I think that is tenfold, so smart.
Yeah.
And then also like the pictures that are painted.
Oh my gosh, our muralists are amazing. The talent, honestly, that we find, that find us, I feel so blessed. I mean, I put out a social media post just sharing how we're expanding, because I'm the first full-time staff that the organization here has had. And so we want to increase the number of rooms that that are being done each year and spread that across the state of Nebraska. And so, doing some recruitment, putting out some interest forms, using Share Omaha platform, all those things, right, to share the word about Special Spaces. And I think this one lady that reached out to me, her name is Jacqueline. She's been at both of the ones that that your daughter Katie has done. She is just so talented.
Yeah.
And they come and they just spend their day, and they can charge thousands of dollars for these murals, and it just creates that unique space. Like, you cannot go get that space anywhere else.
Yes.
And that's what's so cool about it, is that space is theirs. Like, you're not walking in another room with that sunrise mural or that sunset mural. You're not walking in another room with a superhero backboard and window seat. It's just so cool. But the talent is amazing. And if anybody's listening out there, and would like to share their talent with us, creating murals, painting, a picture for a wall, hook me up, right?
Special Spaces just matches that, because that's a special. Those those walls, those murals are like breathtaking.
And it changes the whole
they
room.
could just sit there in bed and just wonder and dream, right?
Yeah.
That's what's so beautiful about it. It's not always, it's tough, right? It's tough.
So tough.
I know just the last special makeover, we lost, what was it? A beautiful young.
Also, a young boy named Elias.
Yeah,
It was actually my first makeover as a solo director, and Katie's first makeover. So it was our first go at it, and we were in Plattsmouth, so we were a little further away. We had a couple of those typical hiccups during makeover. Oh my gosh, we need to run to Home Depot. And we wanted to change the way this kid experienced December. December was his diagnosis month. It was a re-diagnosed month. And we were like, this December is going to be different for you. And he had clean scans or a positive report. And a couple months later, he received a terminal diagnosis. And last month he passed away. And it's devastating.
It is devastating.
Yeah.
I always try to find hope in the hardest part of it.
Yeah.
And I told my daughter, because she took really hard, like it's like yours too, your first one, to lose such a beautiful, his pictures she's so cute, all of them. They're just so full of life, right?
Yeah.
And to lose a life is hard, but look what you gave him on the way out.
And I think, seeing him walk in and immediately he was like, that's my bed. And then he just Spider-Man'd, and jumped to the other bed. And like, that is what the volunteers got to see, but that's what his parents got to see most of all, is that he was, full of joy. And that's what it's about. And now they're, they honor and memorialize that space in a positive way versus, this is where he got sick and it's dark. It's a positive thing for them.
Yes, it still brings them joy knowing walking into that room that they brought their son joy.
Yeah.
So great. Tell us a little bit about some other stories that you experienced. You just had another reveal.
Yeah, we've had some really great makeovers. At the beginning of March, we did a makeover for a young boy named Hudson. He has osteosarcoma and he had a partial leg amputation. Hudson is Mr. Entertainer. You would not know. He is so positive, and he's always the one encouraging his doctors and his nurses and the staff on the floor at the hospital. And I think the moment that sticks out to me the most is when his nomination came in. It said he was a big fan of Creighton, big fan of Creighton. So I thought, oh yeah, I got this. We're going to contact Creighton. We're going to get Creighton involved, and we did. And they were bought in from the moment they received the email and the communication. And we went to his interview. His interview was, I think, either mid-December or in January. And we sat down with him and we're like, so what would you like to see in your room? I heard you're a big Creighton fan. He's like, no, not really. I just go for the popcorn. He says, I really like more Broadway and singing. And we kind of were like, oh gosh, how are we going to pivot? We've already got the team coming. But it was really great. The team came, the mascot came.
Nice.
We had an amazing group from Northwestern Mutual, and he shared a bedroom with his twin brother. And so he wanted a secret hideaway, and that's what he wanted. So that's what he got. Community members, helped make that hideaway and created some of the things that needed to go in it before we actually had the makeover day. So when we got there, it was really installation, but it was the most amazing. Like, I got a picture later that evening of him and his cousins and his brothers in his closet hideaway.
Fort. We all like the fort growing up, right?
I would love that right now. Like,
I'm hiding. Leave me alone. Wow.
And it was so cool to see him, again, just full of joy. We walked him down to their media room, and he started singing to everybody. Like, this kid has so much joy in him anyway, but being able to give him that, he wanted that closet taken out, and he wanted a room, and we were kind of like, is that okay, parents? What are we doing? But they were totally on board. And I think at that point, right, when your kid is sick, you just want them to feel good. You want them to feel better. And so that was an amazing day. Wow. We just did Riley's reveal.
Ooh, yeah.
Riley's been struggling for 2 years with cancer. And we had to push hers back a couple times because of her continued treatment and being out of town. But we were finally able to execute. And she was a maximalist. Like she loved stuff everywhere. It was organized, but she loved everything. And Katie was the designer for that room, and she loved kind of ethereal, underwater, relaxing type mood. And so, yeah, her room was amazing.
Beautiful.
We transformed a closet into a craft room, painted her ceiling. I mean, it was so cool. And that was one of our sponsors, Mortensen, has committed to doing 4 rooms this year, which is quite a commitment. And so this was their first room. And it was just all guys all day.
I saw the pictures.
And they were just so excited. When can we do another one? When can we do another one? And I think that's, you lose track of time. You don't realize that you're working so hard, and you're, excuse me, you're running around people all day long.
It's crazy, yeah, it's crazy.
But it's at the end of the day, you're like, when is the next?
Wow.
Because so it was great. I mean, the design was a hit. She had her space where she could hang out with her friends, and she could really relax. She loved her bed and she loved her room because she spent a lot of time, and so she wanted a space that felt healing for her. And so yeah, it was beautiful.
How many can you do now? What's your forefront like?
Yeah, so I mean, our goal, Ronnie Thomas is the individual locally who started the Omaha chapter, and I'm just so grateful for him creating such an amazing foundation, and then knowing that he needed to hand it off so it could grow and serve more kids. So he was doing anywhere from 3 to 5 a year, just him and his wife as the design team and the director, and then he was raising money for those 3, 4, 5 rooms. Our goal is to provide a room for every child who wants one. Yeah. And so we don't really know what capacity looks like. We're projecting that we're going to be somewhere between 25 and 30 rooms on an annual basis. And now we have to pare that down to 9 or 10 months because we have winter. And so we'll be doing a couple a month, as maybe 2, 3 a month as we increase capacity. So yeah, our teams commit to doing 3 to 4. So the goal is to have multiple teams, so that we constantly have someone available. And the planning usually takes about 8 to 12 weeks. Once we do that interview, we're looking anywhere from 8 to 12 weeks to come back. And we only see the house once.
The beginning?
Yeah. At the interview, we see
you take measurements and all that then?
We try to take everything we're going to need. And then it's up to the designer and the team to remember, okay, what was that I wrote down? I can't read my writing.
Wow, I had no clue. Wow.
Yeah. So we do that all at the interview time, and they take their measurements. And sometimes we reach back out to the family and we're like, hey, I forgot to take a measurement. Can you help us out? And they're always so gracious and help us. But yeah, we try to, the next time you see us, we're coming in and
we're U-Haul and
and we're sending you off for the day, and we'll see you back at 4:30, 5 o'clock.
What's the time frame from having that first meeting, interview, whatever what do you call it?
Yeah, just like an interview.
From the time you show up with the U-Haul full of
So
stuff.
that's usually like that 8 to 12 weeks.
Wow.
So when they get a nomination, we're trying to call them within the first week or 2 to get a time scheduled to come out there, visit with their family, meet their siblings, their parents, see the rooms. And then depending on everybody's schedule, we try to find sponsors that match the availability for the family and the core team. So we have some teams that only do weekend makeovers, and we have some that can do weekday. So, we have amazing companies in town that give their employees time off during the week. And so we take advantage of that when we can, and if it works for the family. But yeah, it's a coordinated chaos is what we try to call it. It's just, it is a lot of hurting of people, but it's totally worth it.
And this is your 3rd one here in Omaha, or 2nd, or how many have you done?
Oh my gosh, we've done 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've done 8. And then we have 4 more kids pending right now that are in the works. So we're going to have a busy July, August, September.
Wow.
Yeah.
In the works, what's that mean? In the works, getting approval for their medical. I mean, just find out what's that.
So mean? We've seen their initial nomination. It could be anywhere in that process where we've seen their initial nomination to we've interviewed them, and now we've set a date, and we're just waiting for the date to happen to do the makeover. So anywhere in between that, we have 4 in the hopper. So we will be moving along.
So do you have any collaborations with like Children's Hospital? Like where do you find those? Because
Yeah.
I'm sure I know I have fundraised for the blood cancer, for all
Yeah.
kinds of different nonprofits for cancer. It's huge. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's a lot.
So our cancer families, for sure, like, because of the situation that they're in, they have a lot of support groups, Facebook, just different ways that they talk to each other. But yes, the social workers at Children's, sometimes we'll see something from like a UNMC, but we get doctors from MD Anderson or, Kansas City. We have kids that are going to Kansas City for treatment. So generally it's families talking to families, or it's someone at Angels Among Us or at Sammy Strong or some that might mention it to them as well. And then just our own organic, social media that we're putting out, those reels and videos, letting people know that this is available. There's really, there's no cost to the family besides being able to be out of your house for a day. Wow. There's no cost to the family for any of it.
That is beautiful. Do you ever find it growing so fast that you might have to just get more teams hired?
I was a little scared in December.
Yeah.
We started getting nominations pretty quickly. I think people started, this is available.
It's
it was a
starting to
really
come out there,
well-kept secret for a while. And then we ended up getting, another just kind of rush of applications all at once. So there are those moments where I'm like, but I have faith in the community. Yeah. I have faith in, Nebraska in general. We're a very community-centered, volunteer-centered state, and so I know if we put that call out, we're gonna have people answer it. So. Yeah, I just say, hey, let's go.
Let's go. I love it. Well, thank you, Kimberly, for being on my show.
Absolutely.
Gosh, time flies so fast.
Oh my gosh.
Once again, how can they find you?
Specialspaces.org.
Yes.
Look under chapters, and you can see all the stuff about Nebraska. Facebook, Special Spaces, Omaha, Lincoln metro area. We're also on Instagram, Special Spaces Omaha. So any of those ways, reach out to me.
First of all, cheers to you.
Cheers.
Great. Oh my
Thanks.
gosh. Remember that you can make a difference. Your company can make a difference. If you want to volunteer, if you have a talent or a trade that you want to share with others, just do it. Our Omaha community is so powerful, and it can make a difference, and it can bring light to someone that sometimes don't have it. Yeah. So let's make a difference, and everyone, go make a difference today. Have a good day.